Hello, we're going to be talking about the focus for session 3 of your book clubs today, which is identifying the minor characters in a story. So stories have major and minor characters. The major character or can be characters, multiple. Is the person who or people who the story is mostly about, like their perspective is focused on. And the minor characters are the people in their life that move things forward for them in the plot. So last time, so that would be the end of last week and early this week, we read the session 2 pages in our book club books and identified and located details of the setting. So you should still be looking for those as you read, even though we're moving on to kind of a new focus. So I found out in my book Life as We Knew It, they now revealed that they're in eastern Pennsylvania, which means they're kind of, not too far away from the ocean, but far enough they haven't flooded yet. So that kind of makes me think maybe that the flooding is continuing, like they say. They might be kind of in the danger zone. So just keep looking for those details. The author will pop them in throughout, so pay attention to those. We are going to today identify and describe the minor characters. Read the session 3 pages if you have not already, and complete the session 3 mini lesson application handout, whether you do it on paper or you do it digitally through the Google form. So you're going to need your book club book, your calendar, here session 3, and either the mini lesson application handout or the digital version of the Google form open and handy. So our question we're really focusing on is, how do these characters fit into the main character's life? So what part do they play? And what kind of impact do they have on him or her? So in Life as We Knew It, my main character has 2 best friends, but she's kind of grown apart from them. So they're not a part of her life like they used to be. And so she really doesn't have any close friends anymore. She has a couple of acquaintances at school, but she's lacking that, best friendship that she has. So she really spends most of the time with her family. Her dad is remarried and having a baby with his new wife, who's not really part of the picture. So she lives with her mom and her younger brother, Johnny, and her older brother, Matt, just came home because he was in college when all this started. And now a whole month has gone by, so he is now home. And her younger brother is kind of too young to really understand what's going on. But he still is, able to help out. Like, they go to this grocery stores because the power goes out and everybody thinks the world's coming to an end. So they just start, they'll give you a whole entire cart for $100. And her brother is able to go and follow directions and get stuff, and he's remaining calm, and he's doing fine. Her mom has really thought ahead. The impact that she has on her life is that she's, getting them prepared for whatever happens. She's mostly remained calm, with the exception of one, crying outburst where she cried for 2 hours after they came home from the store. The impact she has on her is just, making sure she has everything she needs. She's, taking control of the household, and she's just, being really, really calm and rational about everything. And her brother Matt comes home, and he's helping his mom figure things out. He's, an adult, technically in college, and he is her hero. She looks up to him so much, and kind of thinks that he is, a person that holds their family together. And she has teachers and stuff at school, but school's kind of iffy right now, and they're, running out of gas because all the oil refineries were in the ocean and got washed away. And so besides home and her mom's friend, Mrs. Nesbitt, who comes over, her mom's boyfriend, Peter, who comes over sometimes, it's mostly just her mom and her 2 brothers and her. Their impact is just they're supporting each other and trying to, figure out what to do next in this crazy situation that they're in after a asteroid knocked the moon into orbit closer to the Earth, which, of course, we know the moon controls the tides in the ocean, which mess things up and cause tidal waves and floods. Okay, so just looking at that, you don't have to read much to really, come across many minor characters in some stories. Some stories, you're not going to have too many minor characters to talk about because, of course, the focus might be on the main character. So as you're reading this session 3 pages, you're going to look for the minor characters. So if you're doing it digitally, you have 3 sets of the same question. 2 are required and 1 is optional, so it's not required. You can find up to 3 minor characters and describe them, or you can just do the 2 required. So if you're doing the paper, there's 3, but you could also are required to do 2, and the third one would be, of course, optional. So really what you're doing is just telling me who the main character of the book is, and then answering those questions that I talked about. How does this character fit into your main character or character's life? And what impact do they have on the main character? So you're answering these questions for 2 minor characters with an option to do a third if you have one and you choose to take and talk about it a little bit further, okay? So in this session, we have identified minor characters, located descriptions of them, and analyzed the impact they have on the main character. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to email me or add a comment in the assignment in Google Classroom, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Have a nice day.